Hello everyone, my name is Abubakar Salim and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss about the concept of switch statement in C language. Switch statement is an alternative statement to if else or if else if statement. The working purpose is same. The only difference there is of the syntax. So we'll be discussing about the syntax and we'll also be using switch statement in programs to understand the concept. So I'll be solving a program to check whether a number is even or odd using switch statement. So let's suppose we want to check whether a number is even or odd. For that, we have to create a variable and we are going to assign it integer data type because even numbers are integer. Similarly, odd numbers are also integers. Now we want to get the input from the user. So for that, we'll be using scanf statement and we'll be specifying the name of the variable in scanf statement. After that, we will check the remainder. Now, whenever we want to check whether a number is even or odd, we have to check it by dividing it with 2. If the remainder is 0, it means that that number is even, and if the remainder is not 0, if it is 1, that means that the number is odd. So for that, I'm going to create a variable and I'm going to name it remainder is equal to a mod 2. So I have created the variable which will store the value of the remainder of a mod 2. Now we'll use switch statement to check whether the number is even or odd. Now in switch statement, there are cases and we print or execute anything depending on the case. So first thing that you have to do in the syntax of switch statement is that you have to write the keyword which is switch, and in the brackets you have to specify the expression or variable whom value you want to compare. So right now I want to check the value of remainder. So I'll be specifying the name of that variable in the brackets with switch statement. Now we know that when we divide a number by 2, the remainder can either be 0 or the remainder can be 1. So there are two cases. So for case remainder 0, we are going to write case 0 because in that case the remainder is 0. And here 0 is specifying the value of that remainder. So whenever the value of remainder will be 0, this case will be executed. And in this case, I want to print the message the number is even number. So after implementing the functionality of the case, we have to use another statement which is known as break statement. The purpose of break statement is to break the block of switch statement. So whenever a condition becomes true, that case will be executed, and after the execution of the case, the break statement will be triggered, which means that the switch block will be terminated and program will again start moving in its normal flow. So the second case is case 1. Now case 1 is for odd number, so I'm going to write printf the number is odd, and again I'll be using break statement. So here we have used three keywords in this switch statement. The first one is switch itself, the second one is case, and the third one is break. So these three things are mostly used in switch statement. There are some other things also, but we'll be discussing them later. First of all, let me execute the program. When I'll execute the program will asked me to enter the number. So let's suppose I have entered 15. The output is going to be the number is odd. Since the remainder was 1, so case 1 will be triggered and the message the number is odd will be printed. Similarly, when I will run the program again, and let's suppose this time I have entered 8, the output is going to be the number is even. So this is the usage of switch statement. Let's discuss another example in which we'll be using switch statement again. So in this program, we are going to check whether a character entered by the user is vowel or consonant. So we know that vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. So there are 5 vowels that are present in alphabets. So we'll be checking whether user has entered a vowel or a consonant. And we are going to solve this problem with the help of switch statement. We can also solve it with the help of if-else statement, but right now I'm going to solve it with the help of switch statement. But it totally depends on you. So for that, I'm going to create a variable of data type character, and I am going to name it letter. And I'm going to make this program interactive so that user know what to enter. So please enter a letter. And scanf will be used here, %c, and after that ampersand letter. So we have specified the printf statement and scanf statement. Now we have to use switch statement to check whether the letter that user has entered is a vowel or a consonant. So for that, we'll be using the keyword switch, and in the bracket I will be writing letter because we want to check letter. Either letter is even or odd. So now let's write the case. So first vowel is A. So let me write A here, and we'll print vowel. Similarly, at the end of the statement, we will use break. Then there is case E. Okay, remember one thing, that after the case statement, we use colon, not semicolon. So this is not a statement terminator, but this is a colon symbol to terminate the case. So printf vowel again, and break is going to be there. Now I'm going to copy this to speed up the process. So there were 5 cases. So U for this, I, O for this, and I for this. So now you can see we have covered all the cases. And now when I will execute the program, a message will be printed in front of me, which will say enter a letter. So let's suppose I have entered J. Sorry, I have entered A. The output is going to be vowel. Okay. Let me separate this message with a colon. Again, let's execute the program again. And this time I'm going to enter U. So I've entered U, and the output is going to be vowel. So this program is working fine for these conditions, but let's suppose I have entered L. This time program has printed nothing. This has happened because we haven't specified anything for such letters which are not vowel. So to do that, we use another keyword which is known as default. And default, in default, we are going to print consonant. So this will cover all the characters that are not vowel. So now the default statement is just like the else statement, which is used to specify if all the conditions are false, then this default part will be executed. So let's see. Now when I will enter L, the output is going to be consonant. So this is how you can implement all the cases. There is another error here, which is if I've entered capital A, the output is going to be consonant. It should be vowel. So you can also cover the case for capital A, and I'm going to do it here. So now when I will enter capital A, there will be no consonant message, but the message is going to be vowel. So this is how you can cover all the cases. You can also write capital U case here. Similarly, if you want to write the case for capital O, you can do it. Similarly, if you want to write the case for capital E, you can do it here. And for capital I also can do it. So this is how you can use this statement. You can write all the cases together, or you can write them separately, case by case. So this is the purpose of switch statement. Uh, Again, it totally depends on you, whatever you want to use. You can either use if else, or you can use switch statement, whatever you like, whatever you find more easy, and whatever that with which you are more comfortable, you can use that. So I'll be using if else statement more because I am comfortable with that in the future upcoming videos. But if you like switch statement, you can do that. And if there is any question related to switch statement, you can let me know in the comment section. And if you have liked the content, please press the thumbs up button and please subscribe to the channel.